Nathan had spent his entire life searching for one place. Not a stock, not a business, a mountain. According to an old journal left behind by his grandfather, somewhere beyond the western valleys stood a mountain whose rivers carried tiny flakes of pure gold. Legend claimed that anyone who reached its summit would never worry about money again. Most people dismissed it as a fairy tale. Nathan didn't. For 12 years he studied maps, crossed deserts, climbed cliffs, and emptied nearly every dollar he earned chasing a dream no one else believed in. Then, one freezing morning, after surviving storms that nearly killed him, he finally saw it. A mountain shimmering beneath the sunrise. Its slopes sparkled like they had been dusted with sunlight itself. Gold, everywhere. His hands trembled. He laughed. He cried. He had found it. With shaking fingers, he filled his backpack until the straps could barely hold. Then another bag. Then another. Gold nuggets, gold dust, enough wealth to last 10 lifetimes. His journey was over, or so he thought. As Nathan descended, he noticed something strange. The path was filled with abandoned bags, broken tools, rotting tents, even skeletons, every one of them surrounded by gold. Confused, he continued until he found an old man calmly sitting beside a small fire. The old man looked at Nathan's overflowing backpack and smiled sadly. "You found it." Nathan grinned. "I did. And now you're about to make the same mistake they all made." Nathan frowned. "What mistake? I have enough money for 10 lifetimes." The old man pointed toward the valley below. "Do you know why none of them ever made it home?" Nathan looked again at the scattered gold. "They became too greedy?" "No. They became too heavy." Nathan laughed. "I've trained for years." The old man simply shrugged. "Then start walking." Nathan did. Within an hour, his shoulders burned. By sunset, every step felt impossible. The weight that had looked manageable on the mountain now felt like carrying an entire building. He refused to leave a single piece behind. "This is my fortune," he muttered. Every piece represented years of sacrifice. How could he leave it behind? But together they became unbearable. The problem wasn't the gold. It was that he had to carry it. His shoulders were the limit. His energy was the limit. His time was the limit. The same gold that promised freedom was now keeping him from reaching home. Days later, food became scarce. Water ran low. Eventually, he collapsed beside the same trail where countless others had fallen. The old man appeared again as if he had expected this moment all along. "You've discovered the first law of wealth," Nathan whispered weakly. "Which is? Gold is valuable. Weight is expensive. Wealth isn't measured by what you can carry. It's measured by what can carry you." Nathan stared at the gold scattered across the trail. For the first time, it no longer looked like freedom. The old man reached into his pocket and unfolded a faded sheet of paper. It showed businesses, rental houses, factories, farmland, companies. "Do you know why kings hired merchants instead of carrying treasure themselves?" Nathan shook his head. "Because productive assets create wealth without exhausting the owner." He placed the gold back on the ground. The goal was never to own the mountain. The goal was to build rivers that keep flowing. Nathan slowly opened his backpack. One piece at a time, he began leaving the gold behind. Not because it had lost its value, but because he had finally understood its purpose. He carried home only enough to buy productive assets that would generate income for decades. Years later, people called Nathan one of the wealthiest men in the country. Not because he owned the most gold, Few even knew he had ever found the mountain. His fortune no longer rested on his shoulders. It rested on assets that carried him instead.